Oh, we have audio.
I was cocking my leg over the way.
Oh, I thought you were breaking wind. Okay. Well, we've got audio. We're off to a great start. We're really getting there now. This is good stuff. Yeah. So I guess what we have to do is go, hi! We're not doing a trigger warning show, as you can tell.
I'm going to bring it in a bit.
He's going to bring it in a bit. What we're going to do, we need to have a chat about trigger warning and what the future will be for it, if there is one, and what we can do and what you might want to see. But because trigger warning is all of us, we figured we'd share it with you guys and you can have some input to it. The downside is we're not actually on Live League tonight because there's a problem. So Troll Central don't get to have a say, but I'm sure they will next time. I'm sure they will. Now, if you'd like to comment, we're going out on Facebook, we're going out on Twitter or Periscope, and on YouTube. So I guess triggerwarning.tv/live, which one of us will check. And you can also drop us an email at live@triggerwarning.tv. That's live at Trigger. I've got it on here, it's okay. And you can do that, and if there's anything you want to jump in with and things like that. It's really kind of strange because we didn't do a radio show this week because of me. And tonight there was no Game Face show because we were basically dicking about.
Yeah.
We were making adverts.
Has that been? Have you exported it though? Could we show a preview, musicless preview?
Do you know what? I probably could.
Like maybe later on.
I probably could. Let me see if I can find it. I imagine this is probably showing up on the stream though.
Yeah. Well, it's not too. Well, there's nothing major.
No, it's not that bad.
Tiny little bit.
Let's have a look here. I'll just see if I can find it. I did export it. Here we go. Great, we're going to chat about trigger warning and then show videos for Game Face shows. I'll just add this into here. If it'll let me. Doesn't seem keen on that, does it? There we go.
There we go.
There we are. And I'll just set it to restart with transition and we'll just load it in and maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't, who knows. So yeah, the thing is I didn't even tell the guys much about this until we started. We went for coffee, if you caught the little live broadcast we did on Facebook. Earlier we went for a brew, but we didn't talk about it too much then because we wanted to save it for tonight. Basically, the crack is this. With trigger warning, we get on average around 1,500 live viewers, which is awesome. And way more than I thought we'd ever get. And then we pick up about 1,000 to 2,000 other views of the video when we upload it through the week. Then we've got the podcasts, which are a bit willy-nilly, but they get several hundred views over the course of their lifetime. But, you know, it kind of feels a little bit, and I've got to take these off because I know I should be keeping them on, actually. That's the problem. Graham nailed it earlier because it kind of feels a bit like we're coasting.
Yeah.
Which is awkward because it's the last thing you want to feel like you're doing.
Well, I wasn't even. It wasn't like I was accusing you. I was just saying, is that how you feel? Like, is that why you want to mix it up a little bit?
But just a bit of a change up, I think, and find out what people do like about trigger warning and what they're not into with it and what they'd like to see more of and things of that nature. Because we had the Live Leak show originally, which was much more vicious than trigger warning, but I've got to be honest, week in, week out, we used to do about an hour and a half, didn't we, the Live Leak show? It was 2 hours of literally screaming and insulting people. Got a bit wearing. So we kind of jigged it up a year ago now for trigger warning, and that's been fun. But I've noticed the things I've enjoyed the most are where I like having the fun dicking about and calling people names, but where we've really dug into something like we have on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do enough of that on the Trigger Warning TV show.
No.
And also I'm a bugger for not sticking to any kind of format because I'll just go off on one of my... Because you know all the big long rants that are like 30 minutes long? None of this is scripted. I'm lucky if I've even got any notes. It's just I get a wild hair up my arse and off I go. And whilst that is fun, I don't know how much fun it is for people on the other end, on the receiving end of it. Now, they keep coming back every week, but that could be pity. We don't know.
I was just watching you lose your mind.
Just watching me lose my shit. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see any kind of feedback as to, because I know we're not going to have a shit ton of viewers tonight, because I've not publicised this or anything. But drop us an email. Let us know what it is you like and what you'd like to see, and if indeed it's something we can grow on. Because I do enjoy the podcast immensely that we do. It's usually Graham and myself. And we're toying with the idea of, probably in this sort of format, putting that out on video, aren't we? I mean, might do it Google Hangouts as well. Because another night in the studio it starts getting a bit pricey and just a bit out of hand, really.
Well, that's what all the kids are doing, aren't they? Google Hangout videos. What was the one I sent you? It was Captain Capitalism, wasn't it?
I couldn't even watch that.
Yeah, they were arguing about Trump.
That's what you do, isn't it? Argue about Trump. Day in, day out. And I don't know, I just feel like it's time for a shake-up.
Yeah.
I think I'd like us to have more guests, but no guest is going to come on Trigger Warning, or very few, when we got the set with the dildos and the Queen with the tits out and, you know, all these things. But then again, I don't want to neuter it just to get guests. I don't want them to click on a show and go, oh, yeah, that's acceptable. Because we all know that I'd do that for about 6 weeks and then quit.
You'd be just like...
Yeah, I'd just get bored out of my brains. Because, well, what can you know, sometimes you just have to call someone a cunt.
Yeah.
You have to accuse someone of fingering dogs or catching AIDS because they let their mother come in their ass. You have to do these things. Which might explain why I'm not invited on daytime television.
Yet.
Can you imagine answering like Philip Schofield, saying, tell us about Trigger Warning. You fuck dogs. See, doesn't work. So we have to keep some of that in there.
Yeah.
TV gold though.
But I would like to get more content in there, I guess, because when we do the podcasts, they're often stuffed,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Often
yeah.
absolutely rammed with stuff.
Yeah, we've always got loads of stuff we don't even get to.
Well, I've got like
loads
3
and loads.
pages of notes for the last one we didn't do, which is going to be out of date by next week. Who we got? We got Big John there, John Chadwick in there. We got Natalie.
He's saying it'd be a good idea if you were a bit more of a twat like you used to be on Live League. That's what he wants to. Natalie's happy about the fact that it were backstage. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, backstage pass. Not a euphemism for anal sex.
Natalie's saying we want rants. I rather like the idea of your own social media platform, use a host of websites, but that's massive and it take a while.
It does.
Reward back you guys, you know. Hey up, gents.
I'm not going to lie, what's brought this on is also massive changes, you know, a little bit about him in my life in general.
Yeah.
Completely changed the way that I do business after getting screwed over
Yeah.
by the person I gave a leg up to, like, brutally. I'm totally changing my time. I'm moving completely into a new business I can't talk about just yet, but it's not the internet related, so it is in no way connected to all this. So it means time's at a premium, and so is money. This isn't begging for more money. We'll do that in the show. That's not what this is. But all this stuff does take money. But I want to do more. That's the thing. I would love to do the TV show, the podcast, daily pod blasts, because we got all the backup there. Where the fucking hell are you going? Oh, all right. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Problem.
I thought you were just moving behind me there. I was getting quite unsettled.
Live murder!
Yeah. Well, anytime anyone stands behind me in this studio, the clothes come off, and it's really starting to get to me now. There's far too much nudity in this studio for my liking.
In terms of the rants, though, I think as much fun as it is, you know, you shouting at G.I. Joe or whatever, I think getting someone on, debating people. Like
Does Natalie mean me ranting at people, or when I go off my...
I don't know, let's ask her.
Yeah, Natalie, let us know. Is it when I'm having a dig at someone, or is it when I'm just going off on a topic? And
I think she's in the same clasp as me. I'm just glad to be a part of it and listen and just to have a good laugh at it all.
I'm sure she'll let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are you feeling about the rants? Do you want more? Do you want less?
What? I mean, is it, like I say, just me ripping it? Because people don't Skype in anymore. Strangely, all these internet tough guys tend not to Skype in, which is really bizarre. I don't understand that. I thought they were all roughy-tufty guys. What have we got here? Dave, big shout out for Mad Mank Fuckers from Sutty's Rehab. Hello, sir. I think he's from Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. It's all right.
I might have called him a bin dipper not long ago. But I meant it in all good humour and, you know, stuff. things. Shit. I probably should have broadcast this through my Hayden Hewitt account on Twitter rather than trigger warning, but there we go. As far as I know, nobody's watching on Twitter, but no one ever fucking does. We never use it, so no one's prepared to. So I just think, we need to shake it up a bit. We need to sanitize the set, and I don't mind tearing into folks. I can't not tear into folks. It's just we can't have it where it is like the same caller every week that I just give shit to, because then it becomes, I don't know, like an act. And I'm not really an actor, and the whole point of the show is that it's like, right, these are topics. I do a bit of research, but I never script anything, never work it out and go. But I think I just got to nail it down to a little more of a format, because the podcast format I love, because if you haven't listened to the podcast, please do, because I really love doing them. It's Graham and myself. It's not like the Trigger Warning show where it's me sat there ranting and roaring and raving. We genuinely sit down and fix all the problems in the world ever.
We actually fix problems, don't we?
We do.
We fix things.
We fixed Israel.
Israel. It took 3 episodes, but we
Did
got there.
take 3, but we got there. Yeah. But we just fix shit. We just fix shit and get it.
That could be a new thing, new segment for the show. Aidan will fix it.
Oh no, we fix it on every podcast.
That's the show. We fixed Trump in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen to that episode and you'll be happy, comfortable with Trump, no problems.
I'll listen to it all.
And I think it came to a far different conclusion than most people would know.
Toilet Rager said I'd love to Skype in, but I might wake mother up and I don't want to have to change the bedpan again.
No, I can imagine. Toilet Rage, what a cracking username.
I think the thing with the Skype though as well is if we're Troll Central are going to Skype, I think it would be beneficial to, obviously, you can have arguments with whoever, but it'd be beneficial to get someone and actually arrange to Skype with them with a topic, so they're not just off the face phoning up going, you dickhead, you fucking...
They don't even do that now, do they?
No, but do you know what I mean, though? There's that thing, like, when I have open Skypes, usually if I've asked people beforehand, they're like, yeah, sure. And it's one of them where, because there's some really clever people, there's some interesting perspectives, people that listen, but they might not necessarily just, right, Skype's open, oh, sweet, yeah. But if you give them time to prepare something and you're talking about something specific...
That's a solid idea.
It's one of my friends who Skypes in quite a lot to the show. He's always asking me what we're talking about, a couple of hours before, because he wants to Skype in and talk to us.
That's the other problem. We don't always know what we're going to do before the show, though.
Well, we don't do it.
Sometimes, I mean, I will go and sit. It's just over there, but I will go and sit there with no idea what we're going to do. Literally, and I'll sit down and Graham will go, right, 5, 4, 3, and it's like, shit, need something. Often I'll have the barest idea.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good to get a little more. Perhaps we can build a little news junkie team. Just folks, if you spot anything, drop it on one of the accounts, and we can have a look at it or do something on the site for that. That'd be quite cool. Things people want looking at from our unique and incisive, genteel perspective. But maybe we'll do something with that, because I'd love to also get people more involved, because I think people are very... I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel absolutely fucking blessed that, over 1,000 people tune in every week, just like, all right, we're going to sit here and we're just going to watch this guy go off his fucking head. And that's really cool, but I'd love to get people more involved. And I think the TV show is a little daunting. I think people want to be entertained, but I think calling in and getting involved, it can be quite full on.
I think people are more scared of getting judged, when they call in and say something that's a bit maybe untoward to other people.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. But I think the TV show is a bit intense for people. And I think it can be, because it is very full on. But we need to find this balance of the really full on stuff. One we can get guests on, because I'm going to try and get that Raheem Kassam in the next couple of weeks. And then the podcast, which is a completely different style of doing things. I don't know, it's going to be very tricky to balance, because obviously it's going to have to be absolutely regular as well, which I'm the worst offender for. But this week was it was on me. Yeah. But the other week when it happened, it was because my old dear broke a leg and a hip and whatever. So
Natalie said, what was your guys' first plan with Trigger Warning? How has it changed since then? Why, etc.? Was it meant to be a platform or show? If it's a platform, then you can shows covering all your shit. Oh, well, originally there was like a channel thing, wasn't there, going on?
Yeah, it can be anything we want. Because we've got Daz, who hasn't done any articles for the site lately because we've still been figuring out what we're going to do. But the original idea was to have nonsense articles and news articles on the site. It's got a little forum on there, but no one really uses it, which is a great shame because I think forums are a lost art on the internet.
Yeah.
I really, really do, but it's not as immediate as social media. So people aren't as...
I know, but forums can be really, especially
I love forums.
In terms of topics, in terms of debate, you know, in terms of information, they can be really, really good places.
So we need about 100 of our viewers to go and use it, and then it would grow. Popping a social media, just locked out social media for trigger warning is not out of the question. Again, it's people using it because I wouldn't want to do an open door one like Twitter. You know, it would be small because we ran that script, didn't we, which worked really well.
Yeah.
So that's feasible and doable. That trigger warning could have its own social media bound only by law. I think that would be important. It'd have to be a free speech platform bound only by what we can legally do, and until the host pulls the plug. And I have to frantically go and find a host in fucking Serbia or something.
So what, would that be just for the viewers then?
Well, I mean, again, how can I limit that? But you'd have to sign up separately to the site. I wouldn't have a unified log on for everything. So people could choose whether they want to, because there'd be none of that. You have to use your real name stuff. It'd be a choice. Yeah, it's got to be a choice. You can't. No. What am I going to do? Sell people's fucking information? Who to? Big John.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mix in those circles, and I don't talk to the advertising people ever. As a rule, my LinkedIn's a fucking nightmare. As for how trigger warnings changed, I don't know. It just goes, doesn't it? I had the idea to change it because I thought the Live League show would kind of come to a natural end, and I wanted to create a separation because there's a certain responsibility with that, and I am more off the hook with trigger warning. I can be more opinionated about certain things that I can't do if it's linked to Live League. Considering the dreadful things I said during the Live League show, that's...
Yeah, well, I think that was a big part of it, wasn't it? You not wanting to get Live Leak in the shit.
Well, I noticed,
Well, you said that anyway.
There's a web company that judges the bias of websites. And everyone argues about Live Leaks left, right, but that they judged it, and this is an independent site, nothing to do with it, they go through everybody's sites, as absolutely centrist in terms of what they've noticed about censorship, what they noticed about people complaining. It's centrist. The only thing that pushed it slightly to the left is the fact that I'm liberal and do the Live Leak show. And that was one of the things like, okay, I don't want to... Live Leaks never run according to what I want or any of the other guys want in particular, so I don't want to taint that by doing this show. So that was another one of the reasons I pulled away for trigger warning, because it's just mine, it's just my thing. And it you know, although we talk about Live Leak, we rarely talk about Live Leak, so we don't focus on it, even though it is the greatest online video platform, bar none. And you know, it's much more vulgar than many of the other ones, which is nice, and less racist than YouTube. So fantastic. What have we got here?
Bran said, have I seen the t-shirt vid yet? No, sorry, not yet.
I have, Bran. It was fucking awesome. Well done. No, there's a problem with the broadcast setup on Lively. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
so
we're not intentionally off Lively. It just won't let us go.
I would love to have brought Troll Central into this. We'd have certainly got lots more people calling me fat and bald, which would help.
So here's the thing. So, you know, who said it? James said Facebook completely ruined forums. So one option there is the group. You know, because you can do groups on Facebook now, can't you? Well, you've been able to do it for ages. You know, so you've got your page, trigger warning, then you have a linked group that gives notifications, and that could be used as a forum. But that is that just like giving up to...
Well, it is. I've got a real problem with using Facebook for more than we do.
Forums used to be across websites, you know, for your specific taste or like, whereas it's just groups now, isn't it? And then
I don't like that.
It's awful.
Centralisation of the net's a fucking disgraceful thing, and it's just dreadful, and I hate it. So I don't want to do more on Facebook because it's just awkward, isn't it? It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're planning on murdering that soon.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we did have a little brief chat. I've not clued anyone in on my absolute plans for murdering the Trigger Warning Facebook presence, but since we're banned on YouTube again, we have to stick around for a bit. But people like it for the updates. It lets them know.
I know. Well, that's why I do Game Face still, because it's there, isn't it?
Information-wise, I suppose it's got its perks, but anything else, like, I'm not too sure about it.
I've just got a feeling if I get my way with this show, I don't know that they're going to let us use it for anything.
So there's two things.
Might lose my actual account.
There's two things we need, because the thing is, though, in terms of getting people more involved for shaping the discussion, shaping, you know, getting people Skyping in, it being pre-planned and stuff. Yeah. That goes off the assumption that you want to. They might not want to. They might just want to sit back and just be like, no, I want to watch Hayden shout about shit.
If that's what people want, just let me know, and we'll build it accordingly.
Because if you are going to go into the, you know, user-shaped thing, then you could go to the, you know, private social media, private groups or whatever, and I mean, you could even do that where it's $1 to get in, like a single dollar, and that's it. You're logged in.
Access for life.
Access for life, and then, you know, there's a thing there, isn't it? But if nobody wants to do that, then they're not going to spend the dollar, are they? You know.
So then it's just us sat on the social network.
Then it's just us on our own, going, well, this shit's
like every other night, whether we're on Battlefield, Elite Dangerous, the podcast or the TV show, just us, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's our latest sad. I know we talk about this on everything now, but it's so sad. Graham and I both own and play Elite Dangerous.
I don't.
Which, no, I mean, you never see each other, and it's massive.
No.
So we sit there with the headphones on, occasionally, once every few minutes, uttering something, and the main thrust of conversation is, oh, it's getting a bit late now, isn't it?
No, it's just like, mate.
Oh, it's 3 o'clock, mate.
I fell asleep playing it the other day. So.
Wake up like that.
I kept waking up. I'd gone past the station. I was just turning around again and go.
Well, that's the thing. Then I go upstairs, and of course, you know, she doesn't always let on. She hears me come up. She always knows.
They know.
And she looks at the clock, and I can hear her go. That's all. Just a tiny little.
Oh, I've been banned from the Periscope.
Have you?
Because I tried to say the same thing again.
You spamming prick.
I know, it's made.
Fucking shame on you.
Yeah, I feel quite blind tonight because I'm not sat in front of a screen.
Sorry, you're not missing much here. Aphid asking if we're taking Skype. We've not got it set up. We could, but it's on that computer with the monitor on the floor.
He was the guy I was thinking though, like, would you want to do a thing where you were Skyping in but pre-planned so you knew what you were talking about, so you could have a think, you could both have a think about it before, you know, and something that you don't necessarily agree on, you know, like, cause I think for me that's amazing. I love that.
We need to get the Skype on this because Aphid will have input on this.
Oh, here we go then.
He's always got something valid to say as well, Aphid.
Oh. Don't give him an ego problem.
Oh, if you
just drag that this way a little bit, actually, you might be able to see it on it.
On there, or?
Well,
I've got it all. I think I've got it rigged up here. We'll soon find out, won't we? The only problem is we haven't got the headphones split out. No one's got their headphones with them, have they?
Mine got chewed up by my ex's dog.
Whose?
My ex's dog. I know. Got my Joker headphones.
I don't think I've got any other headphones.
I haven't got any.
Actually.
I've got mine, but that still leaves you out of it. Where's the mouse for this?
Is it not in the drawer? Is it not on the table somewhere? Has someone stolen the mouse from the PC?
I don't know.
Is it not a mouse plugged into the back of that?
No, mate.
Thieving
No,
gypsy bastards.
It's gone.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Someone's come and robbed the mouse. Oh, I'm going to blame Jay tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right, someone's robbed them. That could make life difficult, couldn't it?
It's been getting bad for that area, isn't it?
Well, they borrowed my fan. Found that downstairs.
Did they borrow me?
That's it, thieving bastards. Thieving bastards.
I'll go borrow one sec.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's away, isn't he? After he tried to borrow one of my fucking video cameras. Ooh. Oh,
Let me tell you.
Hey, there's two over here though.
Oh, of course there is. Of course there's two over there. One of them's probably less. We're just going to get it set up, Aphid Lips. Just give us a minute.
This one's plugged into the top US. You know the.
I'm not putting it back.
It's not.
That's ours now. That is the one off.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck him. That's
it
ours.
was plugged into there, not the back.
Oh, fuck him. That's ours then.
He's robbed it, hasn't he?
Oh, shameful.
There you go, arm under there,
Fucking shameful. Can't I tell you? I wouldn't mind, but it took me ages to find one to steal. Why don't you put it in the top? Why don't you put it in the top?
Because I'm setting it up proper, man.
Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking Three Stooges.
Well, I don't know the thing, dude.
I'm not plugged it in yet.
I don't need to say it out loud.
Fool. There you go.
Yeah, do you want to put it in?
What?
It's in.
Oh, it's just that. What's written on that screen
right,
in lowercase.
Right.
Then
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
No one's gonna hack it. It's okay. There's nothing on it. Oh, fuck off! Windows update. Oh, I hate you.
Dude, is there a mouse mat for this one?
Here you go. Use that. That'll do it. There you go. Pick a time. Any time. Go on. Pick a time. Tomorrow. Go on. Pick tomorrow. Tomorrow's good. Works for me. Why am I even streaming on Periscope? No, that would just magic. Yeah, again, we've never used it. I really should have done it through my account. That was very silly of me. Well, there we go.
Oh, is it on the trigger warning one?
Yes. Of course it is. Which, I think when Andy was getting a few followers on there, he followed a lot of Alex Jones fans.
Yeah.
So they followed Trigger Warning back, and then promptly I posted something about Alex Jones, and they just all left. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Communists. They posted about Article 13 this week. They finally caught on.
Do you know what? I thought you were going to rant about Article 13 today, so I was trying to find another side to it. You know, like the good side, because I'm not going to sit here going,
Good luck with that.
Go on, Aidan, yeah, fuck you.
But
you
there
know.
is no good side.
Well, but you know, usually when I know what you're going to talk about, I try and find some counter stuff.
Yeah.
Like when you were talking about the halal, I was like, well,
Yeah.
actually, the percentages and all that shit. But because you know, you don't want people to just agree with you. Couldn't find anything positive about Article 13.
There isn't anything.
Even on their own website, there wasn't like anything justifying it. It was like, we're going to vote on
The
this.
feed's gone down on Facebook.
Sorry?
The feed's gone down on Facebook.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, live video interrupted.
Oh, no, it's still working here.
That's thanks to Natalie. She's let us know.
Oh, thanks for that.
Oh, it's working here.
No, it's not. It's gone dead.
Yeah, it's dead on mine too.
Is it?
Mhm.
Ooh.
What about
well.
now?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that was strange. I don't know what happened.
but the suggested video I got for a trigger warning was this shit, and it's called Islam the Way.
Islam the way. Hey!
That's brilliant.
Motorcyclist hit by a
I
truck.
know, yeah.
Fantastic.
What did I get after Game Face the other day? It was like sexy dancing. Do you remember? Oh, I don't
What was that?
Well, that's sexy dancing, isn't it?
I didn't find that terribly sexy.
What, that?
Aphid Lip Skype's up, by the way.
Yes,
so,
I've just said hello to him. on
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if it'll work. Live feed has stopped. Yeah, we know it should be back up and running now. Well, like I'm saying this, if it isn't, you're not going to hear me. But it appears to be. I think it's probably something got tapped out around here or messed with or something. Hang on a sec. Let's.
Do you know what, Cherry? I was bringing
What?
headphones for you every bloody week,
But I brought my own.
and I
With,
finally stopped. And,
He's just
I had a
fucking-
poodle chew mine.
Yeah, whatever.
I did. It's
course
like my
you
own
did.
work years ago.
Of course you did. Everyone wants ease of use. Platform easily accessible on phone is almost always taken at this stage. Live leak, isn't it? James, we're not, no offense, dude. It's not talking about live leak. It's also live leak works great on phones now. Since the update, I think it works fantastic.
I think, yeah. But you know, in terms of using your phone, you can get on YouTube as well, can't you? It's not like
Yeah. I mean, I think we're talking more about the platform overall rather than a specific place for it. I mean, we can actually self-host video on Trigger Warning. I actually pay for that and never use it, but I don't know how reliable. I mean, you can't do live there yet. We can't do that, but we can certainly do pre-recorded stuff.
Here he is. So I'm just gonna connect him.
All right, is he there?
He is, yeah. Oh, is he? He's on the video if you want to grab him. But
Can you hear me?
Oh, hello. I can't grab video off that. Not right now. Sorry, there's no video, Aphid, but...
Oh, that's all right.
We can hear you. Not as loud as I'd like, though. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm just gonna boost you a little bit. There we go. Loud and clear. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. Just sitting around shooting the shit tonight, you know. Just chilling.
Yeah, what's the deal? I missed the intro, or if you even had one.
I decided that we needed to have a little chat between us about trigger warning and what we'd like to do with it and what we might do with it and what the future is, etc. But I thought, well, why not just do that and throw it open and just shoot the shit with people for a week? It's not like it's the end of the world. And also the format's a little more similar to how we do the podcast. Although
I like the podcast when I can catch it, but I don't, you don't promote it on LiveLeak or something, so no. I gotta catch it just the right time, or it's not gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm really wary of promoting stuff on LiveLeak too much when it's not LiveLeak, you
could always subscribe to the podcast.
Yes, you could.
Oh yeah, how do I do that? Go like on Twitter or something, or what's that all about?
Go to Podomatic, where when usually you click play if you're listening to it on Twitter or something like that. It'll take you to Podomatic, and you can subscribe there, and it lets you know whenever they land.
Oh well, actually, and I don't know if you would rather people not go about it this way, but I have like an app on my, I have a smart TV, and it's a Roku TV, and it has TuneIn Radio, and that's how I always listen to you guys.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're on TuneIn, aren't we? I need to change. Does it still say trigger warning on?
Yeah, it's got the logo, and I think, I don't know if you can. I don't know, but that's how I always listen to it, because it's through my speakers here in my office.
So you listen to it live?
Right.
Right, so that's Cogent Radio. On TuneIn, it's still Trigger Warning Radio, because I never did change it, because I forgot all about TuneIn.
Yeah, that's how I find you.
I need to get that switched, because we have the Cogent Radio app as well, which is free if you're on Android, and no advertising, no tracking, doesn't look at your phone numbers, doesn't do anything except give you the live radio show, all access to Trigger Warning podcasts, Richie Allen Show podcast, Game Face Show podcasts on the left side, which is a football podcast, and there's a new one coming soon to Cogent Radio, which is called Mondeo Law. It's where you have a lawyer or a barrister and a comedian sitting in a car discussing legal cases, and it's actually really cool. So that's coming up soon, and that'll all be on there and getting put in live. But that's free. Cogent Radio player.
That has something to do with you, or is that somebody?
That's mine. I built that.
Oh, cool.
I built it's my little radio station, Cogent Radio. I started.
Oh, I had no idea. I just thought it was a platform.
No, I rang Graham one night and I said we're going to have a radio station, and the next morning.
Yeah, you did it, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a radio station. It's not internet radio, but
you got that crew. You got that team of people that people don't see on camera that just help and do everything you wish them to do. So I understand how you make that work.
They're all here on camera. This is when it comes to trigger warning, it's all financed out of pocket, and we all do the work ourselves. The website, the radio station, the studio setups here, it's just us.
I heard you talking about the forums. I like the forums. I always liked the old forums on the LiveLeak, but I was never able to go in them because I found out about them too late, and they were shut down or whatever. So I would always send a message, and it would say it has to wait to be approved or something. And for the longest time, I was always like, well, who the hell isn't approving my messages? But then I realized there was nobody to approve it in the first place.
Yeah, no, but I still love forums.
Yeah,
I love forums.
Yeah, me too. That's why I came from a forum kind of a background, so I really enjoy it. So.
There's social media now, which is your Facebook and your Twitter, but there used to be social networking. MySpace started the nail in that coffin, but forums were it, and a lot of people look at them as old school now, but what a forum does is give you a chance to really explore ideas and have longer conversations or arguments, and much more in depth, because it's not this fast food diet of limited characters or attention spans.
Yeah, that Twitter thing, I don't think that's for me. I tried it, I've been on there for like a month, and it just, I don't know. Just the character limit, I always reach that end, and it's just so frustrating trying to make it work that it's not even worth it.
I've often said I do enjoy Twitter, I must admit, and I've often said it's just long enough to start an argument. And I tried to do that daily.
Well, you don't get in that long, just drawn out thing that goes in all kinds of different directions.
Well, it goes on for days, though. It goes on.
Yeah.
But what I usually do, I get people good and angry, and then I mute them, and then I'll go back and have a look a day later and just drop another comment in, and when they kick off again, I mute them again. So I don't actually care what they've got to say. I just like, he's spreading that low-grade evil around the world.
I did that about, Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
Because somebody said, because so the people were having an argument, and someone said, well, how is it selfish? And I was like, well, I'll answer that for you. And then I did it, just muted it. And they were going off for days.
Do you think it's not selfish, or do you think it is selfish?
Suicide's selfish.
I provided the argument that, yeah, it is. Of course it is, because he's failed. In terms of the answer to that question, it's selfish because he's completely failed his daughter. He's completely...
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I said. Once you have a kid, then that option just goes out the window.
Yeah, 100%. And people are like, oh, you don't know what he was dealing with. And it's like, oh, he had an illness. And it's like, for a fucking start, nobody even knows why he did it yet. And secondly, if he had an illness, anyone that's a parent that's got an illness, it's their fucking responsibility to go and get it sorted.
But not only that, we don't know if it was a...
Yeah, for all we know, he's been
cheeky chokey wank.
For all we know, he's been fucking kids in Thailand for the last 20 years. It was about to come out, so he went, fuck. We don't know.
I think you should start that rumour on Twitter.
We don't know. Here's the thing, though.
With a meme.
And my point was, until we don't know. Everyone's like, oh, well, depression's horrible. We don't know why he killed himself. No. We don't know. The only fact is that he has taken all of his depression and everything that was fucked up, and he has just handed it to your daughter. There you go, darling. Deal with that. Have a good time.
Daddy didn't love you enough.
Yeah, Daddy didn't love you enough to carry on. So,
Daddy had to leave you.
Yeah, and someone said, oh, it doesn't always affect the kids. Fucking 10-year-old girl, she is fucked right now.
How does it not affect the kids?
In what world?
Everything affects kids.
Motherfuckers. Ultimately, he has let her down. End of fucking story. Yeah. End of fucking story. Yeah. That's the only core truth in the situation right now. We don't know anything else.
And he was banging Asia Argenta, which is good value, I imagine. Looks like it might be.
If I had cancer and I was like, well, I'm not going to go get treatment, fuck it, then I have failed my daughter.
Absolutely.
I've failed my daughter.
But back to whether Asia Argento is a goer or not. What do you think?
Know.
I think definitely.
Yeah.
No, although maybe less so since the Me Too thing.
Well, I'm all married now, so no one's a goer for me. I don't do all that nonsense.
Well, no, obviously we're not allowed. But it's,
you're not allowed.
If you're on a diet, you can still look at the menu.
I heard, I was kind of jumbling around trying to get my microphone, and I heard something about you said I would have an opinion on something. What was that about?
Well, just about what to do with trigger warnings.
Yeah, because my suggestion was, and there's an issue here in terms of my suggestion was, rather than just putting Skype on and going, right, phone in, it's so that way beforehand, the day before or the week before that you're going to phone in about a specific subject, so that you've got a chance to collect your thoughts and all the rest of it, and you can have a fight with Aidan, but have a proper fight where you're from a place, because he spent the whole 2 days leading up to it reading every little detail about something. You turn trigger warning on and he's like, halal, and you've got to just pull. And it's my feeling that if there was a mechanism where Troll Central had more warning, so that you were better prepared, so that then even that we knew you were going to Skype in that show, so that would be in the post tonight. Affidlit,
Yeah, right.
Talks, whatever. What a selfish cunt Anthony Bourdain was, and Hayden will defend him or whatever. Right. But it's like, how do we do that though? How do we do that without Hayden being psychic and knowing who wants to phone in and when? Because he doesn't know, and he's out. What the fuck is he going to do? Spend all week, every week, chasing people for individual topics. So how do we do it? Do we do a forum? Because people love forums, but there's one there that people aren't going to. How's that mechanism? Do we do a little private social network? One thought is though, and honestly with this, in terms of Live Leak, you've got everyone there, so you've got a forum, but you can't do that without bringing forums in general back.
Yeah.
Because everyone would think no one would stand for there being a trigger warning forum and nothing. It'd be all or nothing, wouldn't it? But ultimately, that's the way that you're going to get people in, rather than on the website, right?
but I'm not. I won't use Live Leak as a.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
I just can't. I can't do it.
But that's the thing, though. Like, if all the forums were there again, and you had your bit of the forum, you had a trigger warning thread. It's not. It's the Live Leak forums, and then this is within it.
You are 100% right. The trigger warning has to stand on its own.
I found that if you just ask people, like if you're trying to promote your show and you ask people, nobody's ever going to say, "Oh yeah, I'll call in." But if you like contact people directly, then at least 50% of the time they'll get a dialogue back going with you, and then you can get them on your show. Because unless most of my, especially the more interesting interviews have always been from me contacting that person, and then I don't always just look at all their shit and everything, but even subconsciously you're thinking about that interview in the future, and you got time to plan about it.
I think one thing is the only downside is because there are so few of us and there's so much else to do.
Yeah,
it'd be so much better if I didn't know.
Well, plus it's always hard to if they just call in randomly, it's easier to give them the hook, but if you have this thing planned all week and you find out within 30 seconds that it ain't going to be good, you feel like a dick just being like, okay, well, we got to run. You know what I'm saying? You feel obligated to give them more time.
I've got to be honest, though, I would shoulder that burden.
He doesn't give a shit.
I could live with that. Sometimes you just got to make a decision, and sometimes they're the hard decisions. Wayne, is that on YouTube?
Yeah. He said, "What the fuck is this? The live show's not on the Live Leak site."
It's not, but it's not the Live Leak show, and also he's just broken. It's just fucking broken, and I don't know if us just sat around having a chat would be the cool thing. I wish we could do the podcast like this, Graham.
Yeah,
this would be so cool.
I'm feeling it now.
It would be cool, wouldn't it? The good mics, just sit, chill.
Yeah,
just the one light on.
You could, yeah. And if we've got more people, you could bring your Yeti and that.
There we go.
All right, sort it out.
Do you have guests ever on your radio show?
No, we've just been talking about that, and I think there are a couple of issues with getting guests on Trigger Warning in general, and they are that the show's grossly offensive, which isn't going to change. And the set, which I think might have to change, because a lot of people, for some reason, we said this earlier, are unwilling to come on a show where the set consists of a dildo, the Queen with her tits out, a blow-up doll, a naked Trump and Bannon, and a Hillary vampire, and photographs of like Peter Sutcliffe and things. People are a bit funny about stuff like that for some strange, bizarre reason.
But are you interested in talking with somebody that would be offended by something like that? That's not open-minded?
Well, it's not just that. It's not them usually that'll be offended. It's the association thing for a lot of people.
I see.
I wouldn't neuter the way we do the show or the way that I speak, but I think we might have to look at that, because there's a guy who wants to come on as a guest. He's not mentioned any problem with the set or anything like that at this point. I don't think he's seen it, though. That's the downside. But he's going to be an excellent guest because politically he's very different to me. He's a friend of Tommy Robinson, and he was the former editor of Breitbart UK, and he's very keen to come on in the near future. And I think to get more people like that would be really cool.
Yeah. But I think with the Tommy thing, like, most people get Tommy on and they just browbeat him. You're a bigot, blah, blah, blah. I think you did the right thing with Tommy in terms of actually interviewing him and finding out what he said.
Yeah.
But I think the other side to that could be good, where you are getting people on who argue with you. I want to see that.
I'd enjoy that immensely.
I want to see you. That's what I was thinking about, like Miss London. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the big problems that a lot of people think they get on to argue is they just kick you. You're fat. You're bald. It's like, that's not an argument, dude. We know. Those are just facts.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see as well, man. Just people just straight up insult wars. Because Troll Central are there going blah blah blah, and then you've got your tone and your pitch and you've got everything. I'd like to see someone really go at it that can match you. So get you on Sky.
They're out there. They just won't come on Sky.
Yeah. Well, it's one of them though, isn't it? Where we got to sort it out. Once we've done a few, well, it's not even that. It's always weird, but once that's there, that it's like, oh shit, I can go to war a little bit with this guy, and he fucking loves it. I think that could work really well.
Well, I'd just love to see you go toe to toe with someone verbally.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
No one's any competition at the minute. They're not.
I think a lot. Do you know what a lot of it is? Though I think a lot of people are.
Well, yeah.
But I think that it's not easy to Skype in to a show, and everyone thinks it's easy to do that, or to just go and sit in front of the cameras, and do it. And it's not that it's an amazing skill, an aphid lip, and it's just it takes you a while to get used to talking to the Cyclops. Not a human being. You're just talking to this dead, emotionless eye. And sometimes it sneaks in around your psyche that there's over 1,000 people watching.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad. And this is creepy because you're not born to it. But so when people Skype in, all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, everyone's listening to me. Oh shit. And
I think once you pick up and they hear your voice, I think that there's that instant, what the fuck did I just do? You know what I'm saying? Where they thought it was going to be totally different, and they don't realize, put on the spot like that, what it kind of messes you with your head a little bit.
It does, but it's hugely fun though. It's hugely fun.
Once you get used to it, it is.
Yeah, I just love I love the whole thing. Well, some weeks, yourself, you're there going, I'm not feeling this today.
I know. And then it comes on and you're like...
You get the countdown, and it's like, boom, an hour. Yeah. It's like, oh, shit, wow, that was brilliant.
So
I could just hear what you used to were saying.
I've just been shouting for 45 minutes and my throat is torn to bits.
So, Natalie said that, X amount of people, 1-2 posts, 1-2K and all that, they are there to hear Hayden. I think the issue is... What are you there? Again? What's that? Oh, I don't know.
We crashed out.
It might be my computer.
No,
it's overheating.
Oh, good. Okay. It's all right, as long as I know. Sorry, carry on, mate.
So it's just that thing of like, you're there for Hayden, but what is it that you want from Hayden? What is it that you're hoping for? What's the best bits? That's the question, really. Do you like us doing silly sketches, and do you like us messing around? What do you want to see? What do you want to see this monkey do? Hey, he's there to dance for you. What do you want him to do? That's the important thing.
Unfortunately, we can't add more TV shows at this point in time. We just, there's no funding there for that. And I know people say, "What do you mean funding?" All this shit, every few hours I take away from the house, I could either be working or sitting with my wife and kid. Which, as much as I love all you guys, I don't love any of you, but I like you. Some of you I tolerate.
Acquaintances.
Some I really don't like, but regardless, I like my family a lot more. And
why do you think it needs changing? Are you looking for more of an audience, or do you
you know what? It's never that. It's never that. It's just keep it fresh, keep it exciting, and find out what people would like a little bit. Because if you just ask, no one gives anything ever.
Right.
But sometimes it's good to have a chat.
Well, the only professional show I've been accustomed to until recently was your show, and recently I've been looking on, and I don't know if there's another place to look for a platform like this, but I looked on YouTube and all hours of the day to try to find something that somebody was doing that was interesting, and there just isn't shit out there. Most of it is just Skype groups that they put a camera on somehow and capture it, and then like the Joe Rogan guy, he has. That's the most interesting thing that's pretty much out there that I've came across. And I think your show is great. And I think that it's similar to mine, where I just try to do current topics that we can discuss and have opinions about. But there's just not a lot of people out there doing, some kind of interesting, topical broadcast like that.
Maybe that's where we need to be pushing further into then. Joe
Rogan. I'll tell you this
Shall
too.
I start smoking a lot of weed and watching like sweaty men hit each other? And
there gets to be a, you kind of got the sweet spot. I will be honest, you kind of got the sweet spot with communicating with the audience, because once you get too many more, then the chats just start blowing by, and there's no possible way you can have any kind of communication. Definitely with one person.
It has to be mostly email. I mean, the idea of Troll Central is that, to be honest, I pick the odd comment here and there. I say hello to a few names that I see, and if you notice, there's no real interaction beyond that because it's impossible.
But I have a real hard time.
I always thought it was nice for people to be able to chat around what we're doing with each other, and also just see who's there and call them out and ask how they are, because there's lots of people, obviously after a few years of doing different shows, I'm familiar with a lot of the usernames, like, you know, Brand's in chat now, and Mr. Kill, and Last Dance is in there somewhere. Dreadful conservative right-wing sort of person, but I'm still happy to see him, even though I rather suspect he smells a little bit of Cheetos and piss. No
that
offense.
HTTR must not be in there. All right, I know you'd be contacting him.
HTTR, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's like, I'm a libertarian, a remarkably right-wing libertarian. But I mean, I genuinely enjoy having these guys there. People act as if I wouldn't want anyone ideologically opposed to me, but of course you do. And HTTR24, you know, when someone said to him once, I caught in a thread, why are you watching that liberal shit? And he's like, I just enjoy it. You know, and like, that's great, because we should embrace people that are completely ideologically opposed to us and enjoy it. You know, it's fun. It's fun, and it's, you know, it gets people excited. Oh, Last Dance is there. He didn't take offence. That's fantastic.
Brand said he likes the idea of head-to-heads. But
giving head.
But here's the thing with that, though. Like, you know, how do you do that so this isn't... Because this is already 1 day out of 7 for you.
Yeah.
It's 45 to 50 days out of the year is you doing this, unpaid, all the rest of it. So how do you do that where that 50 days a year doesn't become 75 and then you're like,
because it will.
Fuck. Yeah, because in terms of book... Because I know I burnt out like crazy on Game Face trying to book guests every week. It fucks you up.
You've got these big problems, haven't you? We all love doing it.
Yeah.
I pay. We do have some donations coming in. That's great. That covers a small part of it. I cover the rest, and that's fine. But there comes a point where it's like, I can't give more. You know, because yes, we'd love to do shows and broadcasts with, you know, not just me, but with you and everything else, 7 days a week. You know, that'd be fantastic. But we would never raise that sort of revenue.
No.
With this, it'd be impossible, because you'd have to replace not just the living of the people hosting. As soon as you do that, you have to start paying people to do research for you and to bring stuff in and to run the desk for you. And before you know it, you're selling herbal stuff on your website, and be a man. And, you know, it's all gone wrong because you're selling water purifiers and fucking anti-fallout pills and hard-on juice and all these other fucking things. And then you got to hire some guy from England who's got the personality of a fucking whelk to tell you conservative is the new counterculture. No, it isn't. Fuck off. And then it all goes wrong, and I get annoyed, and I'm getting cross, and my blood pressure's going up.
It kind of is, though. It kind of is. I mean, let's not go in there, but that's one of the, you know, a broken clock's right twice a day.
But also, that's why Alex Jones has to have the model he's got.
Yeah,
he has to have that model because it's the only way to sustain it.
But in terms of culture, conservatism is the counterculture now. Of course it fucking is.
How is it? There's always been fucking loads of them.
Because the left wing completely own the culture. All right, the Conservatives have got the government side of things.
The left wing completely own it.
But in terms of the culture, it's completely left wing dominated.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why you seem like a right wing to some of them, because all they've got on TV, every fucking channel is. I mean, look at the late nights. Look at the. They're all extremely left.
I don't watch television.
So in terms of but
I'm way too posh.
Go on, log into YouTube. not go onto YouTube.
No, you are right.
Not
You're
being logged in.
Right. I'm being facetious.
And you're just trying to start a fucking
Go on to
fight.
RedTube.
Go on, have it.
Go on to RedTube. Look for homemade anal.
You know,
and just enjoy yourself. I don't see what the problem is. FFM, homemade anal.
But Colbert, Fallon, all those
pricks to mouth and everything.
Fuck's sake.
Some ladies do that.
You see, right.
I don't think it's hygienic.
My suggestion was, my suggestion that I was thinking was, in terms of that 50 days a year not becoming. Go on.
Do you think it's hygienic, aphid lip?
I'm sorry. I was.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Go on, Graham. How
the fuck is he? Right. Don't try and get him in on it. Just listen. So right. You're a massive dick on Twitter, okay?
Yes.
And you're quite proud of the fact that you stir shit up and then you mute it.
Yes.
But maybe in terms of not putting extra stress on you and extra shite, maybe don't mute it, but get them really fevered up as you just do naturally as you're pooing or whatever. Get them on the show. Skype in.
Most of those people just want me to die of cancer.
Well, Skype in and get them to tell you to die of cancer.
That's what they want from me.
I think the thing is, though, you're already doing that research there, aren't you? That's it. That is the research in terms of production, pre-production.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Another guy at Smoke Steve's got a point. Why didn't you guys at least inform all the people who wanted to see tonight's show where to go? We could have a few hundred people here. Yeah, we've got a problem with this. I don't like, even though I'm one of the co-founders of LiveLeak and all that, I don't like funneling people away from LiveLeak, as strange as it sounds. And also, this isn't a full-blown show, and because I didn't advertise the show earlier, and it just didn't work on LiveLeak, it's just there's a tech issue that I couldn't get fixed in time. That's the only reason. I didn't want to sort of go up and put a video up saying, "Hi everyone on LiveLeak, go somewhere else." I'd have felt kind of bad about that. I've got this funny quandary about using platforms to juice other platforms. I don't like it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we were going to go out on LiveLeak. It's not like we just fucked it off, is it, at all? Bran, look, he was so lefty when he first came here. I can still be on the left, mate, and have the sense enough to observe other things.
Yeah, but he isn't not lefty at all. Don't be fooled. He's a right-wing fucking Nazi bigot
I'm
prick.
all right now. I'm all right.
By the way, Aphid, look, we've had you sat there, dude. We've been ignoring you while we're chatting away here.
Oh no! I'm having a good time sitting here with you fellas.
But what we're gonna do? I'm gonna.
And before I forget, I want to thank you, because I definitely piggyback off you guys, and I really appreciate you putting a little bug in everybody's ear on your
anytime. You just make sure I know about it, and then remind me during the show, because once I start the show, I'm off. I'm off piste.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes.
Graham has to get photos on the fly because I just fuck off wherever I'm going. But yeah, we'll do that gladly every time. Thanks for Skyping in, dude. It's been lovely chatting with you. Well, shouting so that you can hear. But thank you for Skyping in, mate.
No problem. And you know whatever you guys do, I like the show. I think you guys do a great job, and keep up the good work. So
thank you,
man.
man.
Hopefully you don't change it too much.
Hopefully we'll only improve it. You know, we'll just make it better. No, we're not going to change it. It's still me. I still have a very limited skill set. You know, but we'll see. Also, don't tune out because we're going to play the advert we were making for Game Face Show afterwards. It's got no music on it yet, but you'll get the idea.
All right.
I'll see you later, Fiddler. Take care.
All right, take care, guys.
Oh, Brand's saying that his show's good enough to not piggyback. Yeah, but we look after each other.
I think it's just to try and get him a few extra viewers because he deserves them.
If he's already there watching, then
we say it every week when he emails in.
Lovely Lacey.
Yeah, hi Lacey. You
Lacey
all right?
back on.
Some tosser was saying headphones for Cherry. It's not right. I would have brought fucking headphones if I'd known.
I did have headphones, but mine got chewed up.
I will bring some. Graham was hotter with hair. I know, but it was just one of them, wasn't it? Where
Cherry's hair's next.
Cherry looks like he's sat at a job interview.
Why do you want to work for this company? Because I'm quite passionate about not fucking starving to death. That's why.
Because no one else will hire me, dude.
Yeah, and that
he gave you a fucking job.
You know when it's an interview like this where you've made the effort and the two pricks are just like whatever, and it's like I don't even.
I've got a pair of jeans on though. That's all. That's not all of them.
Late night people are gay apparently. Cherry looking handsome.
Scroll up. Something else there.
Sorry, what? You need expensive looking microphones. All the live shows have visible big ones. They do, don't they? But that's not.
That's a very good shotgun microphone. And we've got an NT. Well, I know what you mean though. We need those on the arm with the big. They're like £400-500 each though. The SM7Bs, and then we'd need a booster before the mixer because they run very quiet.
Yeah.
Because they're not condensers, the dynamics. So we'd have to buy more kit for that. And yeah, it'd look great and it'd sound great, but
that's the thing, isn't it? How do we get that like that money flow?
Yeah.
You know, there's that thing of like where it's you don't want a paywall, but also how do we get people contributing without just plastering? Because already with the monthly hits we've got, we could already start putting ads on and make money out of it. We could, but then there'd be like a minute out of every show where you're going. Dollar Shave.
yeah.
Did you find it a hassle going to the shop?
And I don't want to sell herbal supplements.
No.
So it's tricky. I mean, what was it I was reading the other day that Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, and Mike Cernovich, I don't know whoever the fuck he is, they all sell like body lotion for men.
Yeah.
I'm like, for fuck's sake, they spend all their time saying what roughy tufty people they are, and then moisturise. I mean, for fuck's sake, why don't they just sell sandpaper and hammers? You know, manly things, jars of screws, assorted sizes. That's a manly thing.
Out of date currency.
So Wayne said he's getting a claim soon. I'll donate €1,000 and a wig for Graham. That's fair enough. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Wayne, where do you live? Because for that sort of money, you can come on the show for 2 weeks and host the fucking thing.
But here's the thing. Some people do.
Stay at Graham's.
Some people drop like $100 now and again, don't they? Here's $100. Thanks for that and everything. But for me, if someone's going to drop $100, that's like, what can we give them in return that isn't gonna fuck us up?
Team Cherry shirt.
A Team Cherry shirt.
Yeah, man.
Lacey, don't laugh. I mean, you know, donating $1. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no. Those dollars are good, man.
No,
Those
seriously, it's amazing because it's still $1. It's still money that you're going, here, guys, just have that towards it. That's a little something towards what you're doing, and it makes people feel really appreciated. Well, Wayne, if you're willing to blow €1,800, you can take a couple hundred off and get Ryanair over. Yeah. Oh, it's 1,000. I read it wrong.
1,000. Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, no, you can't. Come on.
No.
Yeah, Ryanair will fly you. I mean, you have to stand up and piss in your own shoe, but you know that's life.
Get a sheath and a catheter. Fine. Brilliant at festivals then. Don't have to go anywhere.
A what?
Sheath.
Yeah.
Because we got like a catheter tube, like a bag, going down your leg, and say like a festival or whatever.
Why don't you just use a bottle?
There's no either then, is there? You don't have to whip anything out.
Got to be careful if it's really cold when you piss in a bottle. The heat expansion makes it spit back out.
I know it does. A friend told me.
Do you remember the radio show the other day when you'd spent 10 minutes doing the sign off? I was just stood up going, because I was that fucking desperate for a win.
Well, you made the mistake of telling me, didn't you? I was like, oh, in that case, the end of this show is going to take a considerable amount of time.
My bladder was so full, I was literally going like that, just going, muted it.
Was it one of those that when you let it go, you felt it in your teeth?
I had to run, man.
Have you ever had that when you held it in and you've let it go and you can actually feel it in your teeth? Oh.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, you really should. It feels great. Let's have a look here. Alex Jones selling survival gear like that fat cunt would ever survive the apocalypse. Says Toilet Rage. Some good eating on that, boy. Some good eating. What was it? It was that big thing you did. I'm a man. I eat meat. I love kids. Rah! Fucking hell.
Have guests when you can. Not too often, though.
Not too often. Don't break a sweat over Skype. Just carry on doing what you do.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's why we love you, big fella. You've not even been to see us yet, though.
What's wrong with using moisturiser?
Who said that?
Nothing's wrong with
Who
that.
said that?
John.
Fucking hell, John. Perfume on a pig, mate.
Nothing, mate.
What are you doing using moisture? Yeah, when you've had a tattoo, maybe. But if you're putting it on your face, go and get your fucking money back.
I use cocoa butter me on my hands. It's well nice sometimes.
Of course you do.
I do.
Yeah, cocoa butter on one hand. Fucking tissue paper in the
Mouse
other, you
in
dirty
the
bastard.
So Natalie's been saying a lot of stuff about what you want to do as a platform. She's been talking about the platform and, you know, keep you as you, but then what you want to do outside of trigger warning and things like that. The show is perfect-ish enough. It's a fucking diamond in the rough. Is everyone just going to tell us to keep doing this? Because we were like, what? We need to change. Not change, but just evolve it, build it up. And everyone's just going, nice read. I'll have a nice little smoke. Tune in. Fat cunt.
Well, I guess that's sorted then, isn't it? It's going to be an easy one to fix this, isn't it? So what was the outcome? Well, blank piece of paper. Yeah, that's it. We're just going to carry on. I think we will sanitise the set a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea.
What about the sketches, though? What do you guys think of this? You know, us.
Did you guys enjoy that one we made? The behind the scenes at Trigger Warning sketch.
Yeah, there was the one back there, wasn't there? The other day was Aiden going, "Take it."
Oh, I meant that.
Yeah, well, we liked it, but
I enjoyed it immensely.
And then
I loved it.
we could show them the one we did today as well.
I'm going to. Don't worry, I'm going to.
But you know, do you want? When a sketch comes on or a bit comes on, are you enjoying that, or are you just like, oh well, this is them enjoying themselves?
Oh bless.
We'll be back to normal in a minute. Kind of. Do you know what I mean? They're donating because you're already providing, guys. Take the compliment hit.
Oh, yeah, Natalie. I mean, believe me, we're amazed John, you come in any week you want, mate. Next week, love to have you. Although it is the England match next week. You might be forgetting that.
Yeah.
We're going to sit here and watch the match and then do the trigger warning show.
I'm
But,
not.
I mean, if you're not bothered with the match, come on down. Come on down, mate. And I'll come for the match. Whatever you want.
So, Natalie said sketches are funny. Hey, humour is objective. You know, it's 50-50. So, like I said earlier, you guys are being genuine. Well, that's what we were saying before, weren't we? Like, make the sketches, but don't worry about if anyone there likes it. Because ultimately, so everyone's going to hate what you do. There's gonna always, no matter what you do, someone's going to hate it.
The occasional sketches, the occasional guest, but not too many.
Yeah.
To not make it a weekly thing. I think that'd kill it stone fucking dead anyway. I'd get bored. But when we can get someone cool, we'll get someone cool. I want to get Tom Six on again, but it's just it's timing at the minute. He's got the film coming out soon, and it's just busy. But there's a couple of guys like that we can get on. So every once in a while, just get guests, political rants, of course, and we've got the podcast for getting more in depth, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, we actually try and, like, on a Thursday we'll mix it up and be emotional, whereas on Tuesday, try and actually we fix stuff.
We
don't
just sit down and have a chat, don't we? Really?
Fix it.
But I do like this way of doing it, though.
Yeah,
In here,
like
it
this
feels
is
much more relaxed, doesn't it? And just,
Like when we did that radio show, just behind the desk.
yeah.
When the studio was round there.
That's right.
We've been talking about that for Tuesdays, haven't we? Doing
Yeah.
specials where we're here instead.
Because we can have one camera on. We won't address the camera in it particularly.
Because
though.
our sofa already loves it when I'm on a Tuesday. She loves the fact that I'm taken. I think me saying, "Oh, I'm going out again," every now and again, she'd be like, "Fucking brilliant."
We'll have to work that out. We'll have to figure that out. Because I think if we did do the podcast live, I think the audience is something like 70% UK now. So we could possibly go a little early. Maybe just after Richie Allen's show.
Yeah, straight after Richie.
9 o'clock. Well, ish.
Moaning about Ryder. Ooh, you need a small funnel. Oh god, I stink. That bloody costume I had on before. It's just made me sweat everywhere.
Got some deodorant.
Don't forget drugs. People come to school. What? Okay. To boost views, you either need a midget or a hot chick.
We've had both on the show, and the views have stayed remarkably consistent. I've
Give
got a
me two
dancing
go.
midget in the bottom corner of that screen for about 8 months now.
It's not necessarily about boosting views, though, is it? 'Cause
No,
the views-
it's not that we want more. We got a load of viewers.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure you guys are still wanting to come back every week and just enjoying it, because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Well, Graham, I've got to admit, Graham is a professional broadcaster.
all right.
No, not blowing
Outside of
smoke
that.
up your ass. You actually are. He does like proper prep. He knows what he's going to do. Hits his times. I've seen him schedule Twitter posts a couple of hours before a show
Oh yeah, I like doing
and
that.
hit the mark every time. If you did that for me, I suggest you schedule one which says start.
Yeah, just Hayden's getting in a bit of a mood. Dot. Oh, he's off on one again. That's it.
Actually, we could do that every week, the same one.
I need to get trigger warning on my tweet deck, because I'll do scheduled posts.
Well, you can do with pleasure.
Add me on the thing.
But we just want to make sure you guys get the most out of it, and then we can hit you up for more donations, and we can buy those Lamborghinis we're after. Actually, just to pay for this shit would be nice. A few new bits of kit, because some of the kit is getting a bit tired, and because of all the changes I'm making in my life, I'm not in a position to buy all new stuff now. Way too much cash. But you know what? We've had an hour of chat. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Already?
Steve said the sketches suck, but it's part of the show. They don't have to be good to be good.
Because I'm not in them.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get Cherry and more.
That'll be it.
Exactly. Just do it, but make it funny, or I might get Trisha on you. The podcasts get better each week. Yeah, well, we put in more and more prep into it.
Yeah, and we're settling into them more, aren't they? They're really finding the groove now.
It did used to be just us having a chat with 4 or 5 secret people who'd found it. But,
Yeah.
The difference for the podcast is it used to be a thing that I did. Now I need it. Like, if I don't do it, man, my girl just freaks out because all I'm doing is shouting about
You're all moody.
Jordan Peterson and all that all week and going on about objective truth, and she's like, yeah, you need to do your fucking Tuesday and get it out of your system. This trigger warning in a broom cupboard look like it's a goer. Alright.
I had a few of them.
Do you know what? This is actually a really big fucking room.
It's massive.
It's
mate.
huge.
It's just that we're in a corner of
Compared
it.
to the last studio, isn't it?
But that was perfectly big enough for what we did.
Well, it was, but you couldn't see me on camera. I was always budging up.
That wasn't my problem.
Brand's saying we're all mad. We'll come back no matter what you do. Oh, everyone's just like, you're fine. Carry on.
You're great. Just buy a duster. I know this table's disgraceful.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, ever since they got rid of the cleaning lady here. I mean, I don't come in the office every day, so I work as much from home as humanly possible. Oh, Bob Stew says, what you're doing tonight, guys, is just like chilling out with lads. And do you know what? Yeah, I think this is something we could fit in as well. Do you know we said like maybe every 2 months we'll do a Live League show, just for Live League.
Yeah.
But I think every once in a while we could schedule in one of these little just hang out.
Yeah.
But this is what the podcast should be more like, I think. And we can get people in with that. And
yeah, the thing is, in terms of the Tuesday, it's hard getting, because I have to mute and stuff, don't I? And prepping someone to do that. I mean, do you remember when we had Happy Dog?
We could only do that if we were here.
We had Happy Dog, and he's like, whenever you were talking, he was just like,
I know.
Yeah. He's like, mate, could you just, because he's right next to his mic, just going, but it was always when he was done talking, he'd have a celebratory smoke. So it's hard prepping guests.
No, I think if we're getting someone in,
yeah,
that'd be cool. And if we did have guests, obviously we got more control here because we're not doing it just through a laptop like we do when it's remote. We've got the mix here and everything else. So, but also just for doing the podcast, I think this will make it even better. Yeah, because it is just much more chilled, isn't it?
But I think the strength is, you know, people. I mean, I don't know. They might tell us something different. But the strength is people who don't necessarily agree with you.
Oh yeah,
or agree with me, or you know.
Well, you can see by the guests. I've never looked for anyone that agrees with me because I'll disagree with everybody.
But I think that's one of the strengths of the show. You know, they're all there going, "You libtard, you bloody blah," and it's like, I don't give a shit. I love it. I really do not care in the slightest.
Well, that's one of the things do you know what we've always said, and it is the truth. If I took a sudden lurch to the right, became anti-Islam, perhaps a little bit conspiratorial, we'd lose, I reckon, most of our audience that we have now, but we'd gain 10 times the audience.
Oh yeah.
So if it was just about numbers and some weird desire for fame, that's what I'd do, because you can just pick people up like that. I prefer the fact that we're contrary, and also, as you know, I can have an argument in a fucking empty room.
Well, it's not that you're having an argument. I love the fact that people can ring in or Skype in, and then you won't shoot them down. You'll let them have their say and let them have their opinion, which is what it's all about.
Sometimes we hang up on G.I. Joe quite a lot.
Oh, it's G.I. Joe, though, isn't it? You don't know whether it's him or...
So Natalie's saying that I need to be taken off cam because no one likes the in-between stage. I'm assuming it's my hair. my sense of arousal.
Is that before, during, after?
Said, well, you're doing something right because the numbers of viewers are still here watching your drivel. And then Natalie's saying again, you know, surely the numbers are there going... I mean, they waver a bit, but they're fairly solid, aren't they? Yeah. So it's more about saying share. I think that's what you were saying about, like, you know, if you went far to the left or far to the right with it, that's how you get the rage shares.
Oh, yeah,
we're standing, we're fighting against, but in the sense of like trying to discuss things that are on the left, right, authoritarian, libertarian, all that. Trying to discuss them objectively isn't a polarizing thing. It's not like, you know, just.
And that's part of the problem, because you know, one of the things I've noticed when we have picked new people up for shows, if I'm like, you know, let's say I did that show where I was about halal and kosher, where it's got to be banned, it's barbaric Bronze Age fucking bullshit. So a few people were like, oh, I'm going to watch this show. And of course, the next week, I'm attacking their point of view.
Yeah.
And then they just, well, I'm not watching this fucking show again because I like my little bubble.
Yeah.
Because they've all got the little bubbles that they live in nowadays.
And as smug as I am, I fall right into it as well. There's some people I watch just because I love to hate them. I love to sit there and go, fucking, like Sam Cedar. Sometimes, I can't stop watching that prick, and I hate him.
You can't stop watching it, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
And it fucking drives you mad
sometimes.
But then
I'm like that with FFM homemade anal. on RedTube, if I'm honest.
But if I put Majority Report on and
They do foot jobs as well.
they suddenly start. Oh really? But if they suddenly started saying stuff that I agreed with, that takes me out of my why I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
I didn't come here for this. I came here to think you're a fucking
You
arsehole.
either want to agree or completely disagree.
Yeah.
What's really awkward is when you find yourself trying to do both in the same show. But I can't change how I am or my beliefs, and so fuck it. We got all the cool people. That's all that matters to me. Guys, thank you for hanging out. We're going to play this video before we go.
Are we done?
You're gonna love it.
I'm not even
it's
close.
10 past 11.
I know, innit?
We should have started at 9 o'clock, shouldn't we?
Yeah, like we said, but we were faffing about.
We should
doing
do
this.
more of these, though. I've enjoyed this.
That
But
was
I think
brilliant. That.
In line before we go though, in line with what we were saying though about that, you expecting a certain thing. So part of what, if I'm going to speak for them, part of what they expect from you is the fact that you move anywhere left and right, and where you are is at any given time is wherever you need to be to piss as many people off as possible. And you're very, very flexible with that. And I think that's your strength. That's because anyone. And I think that strength is then in having fights with people, is in that be it pissing me and Cherry off, being a dick to us or being a dick to people calling in. There's a strength there, you know what I mean? And that's, if someone's turning up for what you expect, then they expect Hayden to be able to pick a fight anywhere with anyone.
I've got no problems continuing that.
It's not when you do speak to someone, you encourage them, to have their argument and have their say, which is really good. You give them a reason to like put their point across as well.
Well,
I love that.
It's really enjoyable, isn't it, when you do have two people with very, very different views.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing with you guys, is that we need your help putting people on to us, because it's hard. That research side of things is really fucking difficult in terms of chasing people. The amount of people you're chasing, it doesn't work out. And you don't get them. It's constant. Just to get one guest, you might have
fucking Dankula.
Yeah, we were both.
He's been a right awkward prick.
I've chased so many people for the show.
I got in touch with a personal friend of his that I know.
Yeah.
And he texted him. Still nothing. But now he's joined UKIP.
No, fuck. Are they still about?
So I've got to admit, if I get Count Dankula on the show, I'm not going to lie, lads. I'm probably going to tear him a new arse.
Count Dankula and Angela Rayner.
She won't come anywhere near the show. She's a professional politician. She won't come anywhere near us. We'll come back and say goodbye in a minute, though. But what's this ad for Game Face?
How about on location stuff? What were we saying? We were talking about Go. I mean, we could have chats like this with the GoPro, couldn't we? In the car, we go for a little drive.
Right. But what we're going to do right now is play this.
Oh yeah.
This is unfinished, by the way. We just shot this and edited it tonight. It's supposed to look how it is, pro Hollywood style. And if you've seen Neverending Story, you'll know.
Do you want Game Face to be never ending? Well, the best thing you can do is share the show. Let people know your dirty secret on a Thursday night. The next best thing is subscribe, like, and comment. And if you want to be extra amazing, subscribe using Twitch Prime. Woo!
So there we go. That's the upcoming advert for Game Face Show. We're going to do some trigger warning ads. We're going to go down the park with some white lightning.
Hey, I'm in.
And to Greg's. We need to do the day out to Greg's, don't we?
Yeah.
We just need to film some stuff. I'm glad we shared that.
Can we do a really intense drive through Gegs? I don't know how we'd make it intense, but just intense.
With me serving you.
Just because you drive. I don't even know how we do it.
Come on!
Or a really, just super enthusiastic Greg's drive-through. Yeah!
Don't give it all away.
Oh my god, I'm just.
We'll have to talk to Greg's first.
Yeah.
We'll scare the shit out of them. See, so that's some Spielberg shit. It is. From concept to execution in a matter of hours. Perfection. Brand fell for it. Game Face or Gay Face?
I think that advert.
Lol, that wasn't bad. Hey, he did it in a few. It's like an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It was not even that, was it?
Loads of. Graham, get some sun. Yeah, all right. Did you get sponsorship? No.
Greg's, no, they won't talk to us. Even though we overlook the sexual crimes of the founder's son, we totally overlooked that and gave him a free pass
We did.
in the interests of getting free pastry. But they just let us down terribly. To be honest, see that other pastry place is shut down. What was it? Martin's, was it called?
Martin's, yeah.
It's quite good, Martin's. But most of them are gone. There's only Greg's left, and they know they're the biggest game in town. That's why they won't talk to us yet.
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it.
I think the point is with that advert, though, like, the thing for us is that we're in here every week, and we're getting super itchy to do fucked up weird shit like that. And it's kind of, we kind of almost want permission to do it from y'all in a weird kind of way.
Whatever fucked up shit means.
That's it though. Yeah, that's it. Because week after week after week, it's just one of those things to keep it interesting, isn't it? Because it's not like this isn't paying into our pension. Or
no, this is
like
our
that.
bingo night, isn't it?
This is our it's bingo. That's all it is.
Right, guys, we've got to go. We've got to go.
Oh yeah. All right.
Because I want to go home. I wanted to finish early, so
I know you promised. You promised. We're definitely going to.
It's not my fault, Mister. Oh, I wish we could just continue and carry on.
No, well, all unions are hypocritical, man. Don't be getting fucking on that.
Here we go. Nick Harrison said Greg's drive-through, awesome. A57 Earlham. That's the one we're heading for.
That's
isn't
the one we were thinking. Yeah.
Nick, you should come over again for a show. You're really fucking clever, and it'll make us sound smart. So you come out. He's got fancy words.
Oh man.
And he understands them.
I'm fucked.
Oh, oh yeah,
I'm gone.
We'll get a translator. I think we should get Big John in on the drive-through thing as well, because he can get some fancy motors as well. Make us look rich. Oh, are you feeling it, John? Have we got a plan coming together now? I think we got a plan coming together. Play your cards right, mate. I'll get you 2 sausage rolls. Oh. But not a pasty. I won't buy any pasties because only paedophiles eat those fucking things. Got Swedes and carrots and fucking peas and stupid shit in them. Dreadful fucking things made for paupers to keep in the pockets. Keep the balls warm for the children. It's disgusting.
Well, there we go. Let's get a world-leading Cornish pasty maker on the Skype.
Let him change your mind.
And have me accuse him of being a paedophile.
Yeah. I think pasties are ridiculous.
I know they're stupid.
Oh, yeah,
justify your existence.
All you need inside pastry is meat.
Like steak
unless it's the sausage, bean and cheese melt.
Yeah, like beans.
Those things are
Have you tried the chicken
What do you mean
ones?
beans?
Beans are hanging.
Oh,
awful, mate.
You worshipper of the bell end. Beans are fucking mint. Next thing you'd be telling me you don't have mushrooms with a fried breakfast.
No, don't fuck. Well, it depends what sort of mushrooms.
Oh, get out. What do you mean what sort of mushrooms? What do you think I mean? Fucking toadstools?
Some that you need to go and pick at certain times during the year.
No, they don't give you those at Morrison's breakfast.
Well, no, that's right. You have to pick them yourself, don't you?
I don't know. I've never done that.
Have you not?
No.
It's great. Take your kids. Mushroom picking, you don't get blamed for it then.
Take me lad mushroom yard.
It's like, what are you doing?
Don't pick those. Give them Dad. I'll get rid of those. My lad, he's one of them like, touch those nettles, Dad. I find myself going to do it. And what am I doing? So all I need is to go, eat that big red one with white spots on, Dad. That'll be good.
My daughter gave me a bath bomb once. Little one told me it was a marshmallow. I fucking ate it. Then I looked like I had rabies.
John says, no worries, John. I'll give you a shout and we'll get that sorted. You help us out with a couple of sketches. He'd be minting sketches as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
We'd like to get you more involved, John. And you, Nick, come on over. You just tell me when you want to come over. We'll make sure we're actually here.
I think that's it, because it's just about how do we involve people more.
Yeah.
That's the thing, really.
Well, Natalie's sorting her life out. When she can come up and hang out. I mean, yeah, but she might not want to.
Yeah.
You know, because let's face it, doesn't eat beans, probably a sex offender.
Yeah.
Nailed on fucking sex offender.
Yeah, you might as well turn up with the Me Too t-shirt already on it. just so it's there in the pictures for later. Fuck it. Save a bit of time.
Dimmy, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. I've really enjoyed this tonight.
It's been good, hasn't it?
It's just what I needed.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to fuck you off and go home.
It's getting late, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I reckon I could be home and settled for the back of midnight. And then I might just have to squeeze a couple of hours of Elite Dangerous in, just so my wife could be screaming at me in the morning to get up to take the lad into school.
I know.
Would you get up? No, I can't. I physically can't. I've been up all night playing computer games.
Do you know how far I went?
485,000.
You've got to find that truck stop I was telling you about. It sells mugs.
And you need to go and look at the FFM homemade anal on RedTube.
Stop telling me to watch porn, man. I'm trying to give up that life. Yeah, but I have to get to know him and everything. It just gets out of hand.
My advice would be never get to know anybody that's in a porn video. Just as an aside, because usually, I hate to be judgmental.
No,
they're not the best.
I get in touch and give him advice on camera equipment and stuff. And then the videos go up and I'm like, mate, I feel so much better about what's about to happen.
I think we're thinking about different kinds of people in these videos. That's a strange icon. Right, listen, fuck it. We got Natalie. You're almost there. What? Me too, or sorting your life out? If it's all going well, I'm really glad for you. I hope it's all working out.
Almost there, guys. Say me too again.
Do ladies have the vinegars? I don't think they have the vinegar strokes, do they?
Promise me it's me too. Promise me.
They use candles and scents and things, don't they?
Go and look right into the camera and go, you too.
You too. All of you.
All of you.
Oh, fucking hell.
They're going to have to make a new hashtag for this
Hashtag got fucking lots of you.
Yeah.
I have molested the world. My work here is complete. Yes. You might not think I've touched you, but I have touched you in all the wrong places. Huddersfield, for example. Right, no, fuck it. Look, I am actually going.
Hashtag I appeared on Trigger Warning.
Yeah, Mr. Kill C1. Yeah, definitely not all the time, but a chill show once a month. But maybe the podcasts could be this.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this for Tuesdays, weren't we?
So these could be the pod. We could. I mean, we won't address the camera as much, but we could do the podcast in a setting like this and record do the live radio, record the podcast, leave one camera unlocked off so we can put it on the other platforms as well, and then it's this sort of deal and this sort of thing because the podcast can be 2 hours long. It doesn't matter. 20 past 11. Haha, might as well go till 12. That's where you're wrong. I've got news for you, and it's all fucking bad, mate. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it.
Clipping that for a GIF later.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
Could be anything.
But it got a bit weird then, didn't it?
Wait till you see it again.
There was this. There was this.
I don't think. No,
There was this.
It's just natural. It's just natural.
It was a hashtag, not scissoring.
There was a lot to choose from.
Are we done? Can we fucking turn this off now?